Hey, we'd like to welcome everybody to the Massapequa Public Library for the scenic parking lot of the Massapequa Public Library, where we're going to be presenting you live jazz tonight. And we're real glad that Gregory and DeAngelis and his trio are able to come down. So thanks for coming down, gentlemen. We look forward to an evening of jazz.
All right.
We'll kick it off and do some talking afterwards.
Yeah.
That's right, you guys can fantasy and I'll come in on the melody.
Okay.
time for Michael Shapira on the drums and Jim Cammack on the bass. Thank you all for coming out. My name is DeAngelis. I am a trombonist from Long Island originally. I grew up in Farmingdale, just down the road, right? And so thank you all for being out here. And what we're trying to do today, just as a general overview before we continue, is obviously we just started off with a tune before we started talking, and that's going to be the general theme of this whole thing. We're going to try to get through as much of the history of jazz as possible in just an hour. So how are we going to do it? We're going to have to start pretty close to the beginning. So that one was a Duke Ellington composition, co-written by Juan Teasel, a trombone player. Imagine why I would pick that. And that one was entitled Caravan. So we're starting off nice and early, and my hope at least for this is that a couple of these tunes are going to ring off in your ear for a second, or maybe a name, or an era. You're going to go, oh, hang on, I know that. I've heard of that before. And then the goal is to get everyone at some point out of that comfort zone. We want you to hear something that you haven't heard yet, maybe that you didn't know was even associated with jazz. But we've got 100 years and a ton of music to cover. So again, thank you so much for being here. We're going to continue with something out of the Great American Songbook called My Shining Hour. My Shining Hour. In C, yeah.
Yeah.
I gave you like an E flat chart, but it's
That's
just,
all right.
I just wanted to play it
in
in
C, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
is this the volume or more? Is that cool?
I was cool with that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Intro or just get right on it?
If you want to do like a
Yeah.
thing up front.
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
You and I.
Okay.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So that was a great Harold Arlen composition out of the Great American Songbook called My Shining Hour. My Shining Hour. My favorite personally would be John Coltrane's version of that. If you guys are familiar with Coltrane, have to highly recommend that one. So we're gonna go, I feel like there's certain stop points along the way that you have to make when you're talking about the history of jazz. And one of those for me, at least today, is the great pianist Thelonious Monk. And so we're gonna continue with a ballad of his, slow it down a little bit. This one's called Ask Me Now. Ask Me Now.
So okay.
Ballad, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you guys very much. So we are going to push ahead a little bit more, going to a tenor saxophone player by the name of Wayne Shorter. If you know the names Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, then you probably know Wayne Shorter and his music because he was writing for them, he was playing with them for years and years before he decided to go off and do his own thing, starting with his original album, Introducing Wayne Shorter. So this one comes off a little bit of a later album. The record is called Night Dreamer, and that one comes from the 1960s, and the tune is called Black Nile, so please enjoy Black Nile.
Okay.
Are we doing the intro?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
Cool.
Yeah, let's do that.
You want to take the first one on this, Jeff?
Okay.
I think that'd be fun.
What the heck?
Bass
I'll figure
solo
something
first.
out.
There's only three of us. We have to do like
Gotta do
some
something.
flavor combinations.
I'm cool with that. I'm alright.
All right, so bass first.
So you head straight through, and now I'll take the first one.
Yes, sir.
You got it. Let's do like 1 or 2 verses. Not much.
You got it. Whatever you want. 1, 2, 1, 2. on the bass and Mike Shapira on the drums. How are we going to continue? All right. So moving along to another member of the Jazz Messengers who went off and had an historic career. We're talking about the trumpet player Freddie Hubbard now. And Freddie Hubbard wrote a tune called Up Jump Spring. And Up Jump Spring is the tune we are going to play next. So please enjoy Up Jump Spring.
Love this tune too, man.
That's a good one, right?
Yeah, great tune.
In B flat, right?
Cool, good fun.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Go right ahead.
I like it loud.
Oh man, okay. Give me a second here.
Oh shit. You went and did it.
Oh man, you did something. When it's just so loud, you go to this and it just kind of messy.
Yeah.
Right? Something
Yeah,
like that?
yeah. With that any bop bop be dee da.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Pedal on like F for a second, and then
Okay.
I'll come in with the melody.
Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Thank you.
Jim Cammack on the bass, Mike Shapira on that amazing drum solo. Amazing. So, I almost forgot, we're doing this on a live stream and I keep stepping out from behind the camera so that when I talk to you guys, no one over here can, see me. So stand in here and do it. So again, there's a few figures that we talk about. You can pick them out of a hat for an hour-long concert because there's just so many, but there are some figures that you cannot tell the story of jazz without. One of those, Duke Ellington, we started with. We played some tunes. We played a Thelonious Monk tune, another guy you really can't tell the story without. The next guy, John Coltrane. So if you're familiar with John Coltrane or his music, you know that his quartet, his style of playing, everything he did with his rhythm section really turned the jazz world on its head. And the manner in which they explored and they decided to go outside of their comfort zones together as a unit was really kind of transcendent. And so we're going to be playing a John Coltrane tune next in that style. This one is one of his more famous compositions. It's called Impressions. And just a fun fact, see if you can hear it, there's only two chords in this whole song. The rest of these songs have been littered with chords as we go. John Coltrane said, forget that. I'm going to do one song, 2 chords. See if you can spot where that is.
It's going to be dangerous.
It is dangerous.
Yeah,
Oh, no. Well, there's only 2, so you got a 50-50 chance. Do you want to go, you do like drum and trombone up front, and then when we do the melody, like we'll just like blow a little bit. And then,
Yeah. Sure.
And then when
I'm cool with that. Yeah.
Cool. 1, 2, 1, 2, Shapira one more time, please, 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 please. I am begging you. Let me pull up this next one before I speak again.
Yes.
Oh, did I not?
Sorry. Acrobatics.
Are you turning?
Worried about
No,
this.
no. Acrobatics.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that ain't gonna happen. So.
Still getting to my days.
Man.
They're playing with June.
Oh. Is the moisturizer helping?
You guys want to skip ahead and do? You
Sure.
guys want to do Bolivia?
Yeah.
Bolivia.
Well, you were hinting at that a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Oh, well. Oops.
No, it was good.
So we're gonna move on to sorry, camera. We're gonna move on to the great Cedar Walton composition Bolivia now. Bolivia, you can hear this one on the record. Eastern Rebellion. He's a great tenor saxophone player, George Coleman. You can hear it in a ton of places. I guess that's the first place I heard it. If you're ever so inclined, Eastern Rebellion, Cedar Walton, George Coleman, great record. This one's Bolivia.
Man, I played with George Coleman for 1 second. We were on a tour for eight weeks. In Europe.
You call that a
Me,
second?
Jason, and
That's beautiful.
Ahmad and George Coleman. Ooh. God. Swing my face off. I got hurt. I think I got carpal tunnel from playing.
Oh, my God.
Just from that.
Yeah, man. It was so great. It was such a great experience.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, man, look at my glasses.
Yeah.
Squinting at me. I got my glasses. Cool. Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You want to do that? You want to do something? How about Windows?
We do Windows instead?
Yeah.
Sure.
You don't mind, do you?
Not at all.
I love Windows. Are we closed? We finished?
This is gonna be the last tune.
You don't mind doing that, do you?
Not at all. It's
I
like
love
great.
windows. It's one of my favorite tunes. Chick is actually my favorite.
Oh, beautiful.
I almost got to play it. Almost.
Oh man.
I want to hear that story.
Huh?
I want to hear that story.
Ooh, I'll tell you about it sometime, man. We'll talk about it.
So this is gonna be our last tune of the evening, and it's always nice to end with an homage. We lost one of the great jazz pianists of all time this year, far too soon and a little bit suddenly. None of us really knew. We lost the late great Chick Corea this year, and so we're gonna close this out with a tune entitled "Windows," one of his more famous off the record. Now he sings, now he sobs. If you're so inclined to check it out. One more thing before we go. Thank you so much to the Massapequa Public Library. Thank you to Lee Gundel for having us and putting this whole thing together. It was really fantastic to play for you guys. I hope you got something out of it. Remember, our goal was, oh man, I heard something I knew. Oh man, I heard something I didn't. So, you know,
It's kind of funny.
that's what we wanted. So again, one more time. This one is Windows. Windows.
Okay. I'm ready for you.
Ready?
I think so. Right on it?
Actually, you want to do like a vamp of 4 bars of the B minor and then 4 bars of the G sharp half diminished there.
Okay.
The A flat half diminished. Just to like vamp it up, and then I'll take the melody.
Okay. So back and forth on that?
Yeah, yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Jim Cammack on the bass, Michael Shapira on the drums. My name is Gregory DeAngelis. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Come say hello. Do whatever you want. This is what it's all about.
Thank you guys. Thank you, man.
Hey man, it sounded fantastic.
Oh man, thanks. Excuse my greasy hands. My hands are all greasy.